Cool. I definitely invite you to put some nice, slow, chilled tunes on, or some like, sound bowl healing noises, or whatever you want to do to really help you relax. The practice we're going to be doing today will open up our hips, we'll open up our upper back, and our goal for our breath work is focusing on pure breathing, where we breathe into our belly first and then our lungs. So it might take a bit of practice to build up that complete breath, but we'll work on that today. So have a seat on your mat. And I'll get you to just rest your hands either on your knees or in your lap. Close your eyes and just start to breathe in and out through your nose. Just see how your breath feels right now as we start. Do you have a slow breath? Is it a little fast? And notice where your breath is going to at this point in time. Are you breathing into the chest, or are you going all the way down into our diaphragm? And with each breath that you take, just focus on extending your inhale and your exhale a little bit longer each breath. And as you deepen your breath, start to direct that breath down into your diaphragm, that space just above your navel. And to exhale, draw back on that diaphragm physically so that you empty the belly first. Once you feel like you've been able to deepen your breath a little more, you can bring one hand to your diaphragm just above the navel and one hand to your sternum right in the middle of your chest. And we're going to practice breathing into our belly first and then continuing the inhale into the chest. So as you inhale, you want to feel the hand on your diaphragm move. And then fill up the chest and you'll feel the hand on your chest move as well. Then we'll draw back from the diaphragm first and then empty the lungs and the chest next. So it might take a bit of practice to get this flow of breath, and that's okay. Just use your hands as feedback to fill up the belly first and then fill up the chest. Exhale from the belly, exhale from the chest. And just keep deepening your breath each step of the way. This complete pure breath can be quite energizing as we use our entire breath capacity. Connecting both the belly and the chest breath as a whole. Once you feel like you've got the rhythm of that breath, you can let your hands fall by your side on the mat, palms flat or just fingertips touching. Take a deep breath in and out so we're all on the same page. And as you inhale, lift your left arm up, reach it over your side, big side stretch. And exhale, come back to the mat with that hand. Inhale, our right hand goes over, big side stretch, just as far as you're able to without straining. And exhale back to center. Inhale, reach over, big breath. Exhale to center. Inhale, right hand, and breathe into that side body. Exhale to center. Every time you feel some tightness or tension, try and direct your breath to that spot in your body. It's going to help us to release any tension we're holding on to. Continue moving with the breath side to side. Inhaling to reach and exhaling to come back. If at any point through the class you lose the rhythm of the breath, that's okay. Or if you feel like you need to take a break from the big breaths, that's okay too. It's all just a practice, building in what we can. One more each side. Making sure we finish with the right arm going over. And then come to rest, just back to center, close your eyes. Take 3 deep breaths. Think tall through the spine. When you're ready, slowly roll onto your hands and knees into this tabletop all fours position. You got your knees below the hips, hands below the shoulders. We're going to press the floor away, curl the spine as you inhale. Exhale, scoop the belly to the floor, eyes straight ahead. Inhale, press the floor away. Big stretch through the upper back, and then exhale, dip the belly button, big stretch through the lower back. Moving with your breath again, inhaling for one part of the movement, exhaling for the other. And then start to just shift side to side as you move through those 2 positions, just moving through whatever you need to with your spine. You can do little circles. You can do back and forth, whatever feels good. And then when you're ready, come up onto your knees and we're going to stand up and meet at the top of our mat. We want to stand with your feet hip width apart, your toes spread nice and wide, squeezing those toe tips into the floor. And use that to tuck the pelvis under, grow tall through every vertebrae, almost like someone's pulling on the crown of your head to really lengthen you out, grow nice and tall. Arms by your side, palms facing forwards. And I'll just show you what we're doing next, just so you can make sure you have enough room and you don't have anything in front of you that'll be in your way. So we're going to be doing a dynamic Uttanasana, or a dynamic forward fold, where we inhale and then we fold, driving the hips back, reaching the hands forwards. And then we'll come up, just going into this halfway point and this fold. So just stand wherever on your mat where you have that forward space. Take a deep breath in and out. Grow tall through the spine. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, drive the hips back, soften the knees, fold all the way down towards the floor. Inhale, sweep your arms forward, fingertips directly forwards into this halfway lift. and exhale to fold. Inhale, we're going to go all the way up this time, all the way up to the sky. Keep your arms reaching up. Exhale, drive the hips back and fold, really focusing on the length of our spine. Inhale to halfway, reach those hands, thumbs up to the sky. Exhale to fold. Inhale all the way up, arms in the lean, reach, reach, reach. And then exhale, fold. One more cycle through here. Inhale all the way. Exhale, fold. Inhale halfway, reach those fingertips, spine strong. Exhale, fold. And this is where we're going to rest here. You can either wrap your hands behind the back of your calves, you can grab onto your elbows, or you can let your hands fall to the floor. And bend your knees as generously as you need to just take the strain off the back of the legs. Keep your chin tucked, crown of the head falling. Feel that beautiful decompression of the spine, maybe even sway side to side or do little figure eights, whatever feels best. Yoga is all about doing what you need to do and what you can do, whatever feels good. And then on your next inhale, slide your hands up your shins, rising into just that halfway point. Exhale, bend the knees, plant your hands, and step your feet back into a downward dog, lifting your tailbone up to the sky. Press your hands into the floor, chest towards your toes. And keep your eye gaze between your knees. So tucking the chin, letting the head fall. Drop one heel at a time if you're tight through the back of the legs and need a little bit of lengthening there. Press the floor away. Inhale, just drop your knees to the floor lightly. And then exhale, lift the hips back up into down dog. Inhale, knees to the floor. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, knees to the floor. And with each exhale that you do, try and lengthen that spine a little bit more. Chest to your toes. Inhale. And exhale, this time staying here in downward dog. Tuck the chin down, crown of the head falling to the floor. Breathing nice and deep, focusing on that complete breath. And then walk your feet nice and close to each other. Lift your right leg up, bend the knee. And we're going to sweep that leg through the body. Plant your knee behind your right wrist and tuck your shin underneath you. You can't really see it, but it's just tucked in my side on a 45-degree angle. Drop your left knee down, untuck the toes on that back leg there. And then slowly lower down onto your forearms if you can, into our half pigeon pose. And what we want to make sure is that our hips are staying like train tracks towards the mat. And if you like, you can stack each fist on top of each other and rest your forehead there. Or if you're able to go a little deeper, stack each hand on top of each other and rest the forehead there. wherever you're at, we don't want to be straining your hip. So the higher your body is, the less strain you'll have. Focusing on your deep breathing and breathing into that tight hip space. Your next inhale, slowly push yourself up onto your hands if you're not already there. Tuck the toes under on your left leg and then step back into downward dog. Dropping one heel at a time. Just lengthen the back of the legs. Press the floor away, chest towards your toes. And then feet together. Lift the left leg, bend the knee, sweep it through your body and plant that knee behind your left wrist, tucking your foot underneath you, dropping your back knee down, and then slowly lowering down wherever you are able to go to, using your fists or your hands as your forehead rest. Really focus on that breath, breathing into the hip joint or wherever you feel your tension. Inhale to slowly press back up. And then step back into downward dog. If at any point you need a break from downward dog, you can come into a puppy where our booty's in the air, or you can sit back into child's pose. Down dog can be tough. Just breathe here for a few moments, again focusing on the extension of the spine, lifting the tailbone upwards, chest towards your toes. Bring those feet together again. This time we're going to lift our right leg up nice and straight. Bend the knee, sweep it through the body, and we're planting it in between both of our hands. We're going to rotate that back foot onto a 45-degree angle. Firm up the legs, sweep your arms forward and up, and just keep that right leg bent. Knee stacked on top of your ankle. If you need to adjust your stance at any time, you can. Reach your fingertips up to the sky. Lift that chest and feel your shoulder blades drop down into their sockets. Keep your hips nice and square to the front of the mat. Take a few deep breaths here. Maybe you have some beautiful rain sounds where you guys are to listen to. I sure do. Just tune into that and the breath. Bring your palms together down to your chest. Take a deep breath in and out. And then inhale, reach your arms up. We're going to open out to the side, palms up to the sky and driving the thumbs back, lifting your chest. Exhale, palms together down to your heart center. Inhale, reach up and open, lift the chest. Thumbs driving back. Exhale, back to your heart center. Inhale, reach up and out. Exhale, back to heart center. Inhale, reach up and out. I'm going to stay here, lifting the chest, driving the thumbs back. Practicing our complete breath, breathing into the belly and then the lungs. Stay nice and steady. Find some stillness in the challenge. On your next exhale, bring your arms back above you, palms to your heart center. We're going to twist our hips to the left so that we're side onto our mat. Turn your right foot directly in front of you and your left foot on a 90-degree angle. Inhale, reach your arms up parallel to the mat. Our right leg's a little straighter now. Drive your hips back. We're going to reach our fingertips forward and then aim for our shin or the floor. So wherever you're able to just support yourself, reach your left hand up to the sky, right hand falling wherever it needs to. Our goal here is to keep our shoulders stacked, our heart open, and our knees soft. Try not to let your head fall down. Think about a really active spine. Crown of the head is pointing directly forwards, same direction as your front toes. Really breathe into the side body and the heart. And then from here, we're going to turn our left toes into a 45-degree angle again. We're going to bring our left arm to our shin or the floor. And then we're going to rotate that right arm up to the sky. If you're feeling really wobbly, just make sure you're not standing on a tightrope. Take one foot to one edge of the mat and the other. You'll find you have a lot more stability through the hips. And if your shoulder's feeling a little funky here, you can pop the back of your hand on your lower back. Breathe nice and deep. We're not here for much longer. On your next inhale, slowly bring that right hand towards the floor, hands to your shin or the floor. And just kind of rest here in this little fold for a moment. Bend your right knee, plant your hands on your mat, and then step back into downward dog, little puppy or child's pose for a little bit of a rest. Focus deep on your breath. Bring your feet nice and close to each other once more. Lift that left leg up nice and straight, just as far as you can. Bend the knee, sweep it through the body, and plant it in between your hands. Rotate your right foot onto a 45-degree angle. Firm up the legs, and when you're ready, inhale to rise into Warrior One, keeping a right Bend in that left leg, left knee on top of left ankle. Keep your whole soles of your feet flat on the mat. And reach your fingertips up to the sky. Let your shoulders drop into their sockets. Keep that chest proud, hips square to the front, knees soft. Take a few deep, deep breaths. And then bring your palms together at your heart center. Take a deep breath in and out. And then inhale, reach your arms up to the sky, open up nice and wide. Thumbs behind you, heart open. Exhale, palms together back down to the heart. Inhale, reach up and open. Lift the chest. Exhale, palms together down. Inhale, reach up and open. Exhale, palms up and down. Inhale to open nice and big, and we're going to hold here. Drive the thumbs back. Lift that heart. Nice little back bend through our lower back. Staying firm through our legs. Focusing on the breath. Your next exhale, bring your palms together and down to your heart center. And then we're going to rotate to the right, straighten that left leg. Our right foot's on a 90-degree angle. Inhale, reach your arms up parallel to the mat. And then exhale, reach your fingertips forward, bring them down to the shin or the floor, and reach your right arm up to the sky. Keep your shoulders stacked, chest nice and proud. Reach your fingertips up. Stay active through the spine. Try not to let that head fall down. And then staying where you are, just rotate your right foot into a 45-degree angle. Widen your stance if you need to. And as you exhale, bring your hands back to the floor. Your right hand comes to your shin or the floor, and the left hand opens up. It's okay if you fall or lose balance. Just get back up when you're ready. Breathe nice and deep. Push through that discomfort. And again, bringing your hand to the lower back if you need some relief on the shoulder. Find steadiness where your challenge might be. Focus on the breath. Your next inhale, slowly bring that left hand towards the floor. Just settle into this little fold here. Plant your hands, bend your left knee. And step back into downward dog one last time. Tucking the chin, pressing the chest to your toes. Find that beautiful extension and stretch through the spine. And then slowly shift your weight forwards, drop your knees down to your mat, untuck your toes and sit back on your heels, reaching the arms forward into child's pose. Bring your forehead to your mat. And each breath that you take, feel your belly expand against your thighs. And each exhale, focus on letting your body relax and sink down a little further each time. While we're here, find that comforting, grounding feeling that child's pose brings us. Breathe it in. Slowly lift your head up, and on your next inhale, shift your weight all the way forwards onto your belly with your hands by your shoulders. Tuck the chin, eyes on the mat. Keep your feet planted. On your next inhale, lift the chest off the floor into a baby cobra, trying not to use your hands to push yourself up. We want to stay in our active back bend. And then exhale to come back down to the mat. Inhale, lift the chest, pull the shoulders back, trying not to use your hands. And exhale. Inhale to rise. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale to fold. And then press your hands into the floor. Inhale, push yourself up onto your knees in a high kneeling position. So resting on our shins, hips are tucked under, sitting tall. Our next pose, we have a few options. So I'll show you first and then we'll get into it together. The full expression of our pose is bringing our arms behind us and reaching towards our ankles. Now that's not going to feel good for everyone. So option one is keeping your arms up and just leaning back as much as you're able to. Option two, you can put your hands in your back pockets, so where the back pockets of your jeans would sit, and you would use that for support to lean back and open up the chest. Or we have the full expression, reaching towards your heels. So find whatever feels good for you here. We won't be here for long. We're really going to focus on breathing into our heart center. So when you're ready, inhale, reach your arms up to the sky and either stay here and lean back. Otherwise, wheel your hands behind you, reach into your back pockets or your heels, pulling the shoulder blades back, lifting the chest. Breathe deep into that chest. If you're in your back pockets, just support the lower back to lean back. Really open that heart. 2 more breaths here. And as you exhale, slowly rise up out of that. Bring your arms back up to the sky and slowly sit down on your heels, bringing your arms to your knees. From here, we're going to shift our hips over to the right-hand side so that our feet are tucked in nice and close to our left hip. So you can be as far out as you need to be with your legs for this one. We're going to bring your right hand behind you, just pressing your fingertips into the floor to remind you to stay tall through the spine. Inhale, reach your left arm up to the sky. And then exhale, twist to the right, hook the back of your hand under that right knee and really twist, turning your gaze over your right shoulder. And if you wanted to deepen this, you could take your right hand, create a little cactus arm and drive backwards with your elbow. But whatever feels good for you. So left hand is under the right knee and right hand is turning us into our twist. On your next inhale, slowly untwist. Just kind of pause in the center here. Just give your spine a little time to kind of wiggle out of that deep twist. And then we're going to shift our hips over to the left-hand side, our feet tucked in by our right hip. Bring your left hand behind you. Press your fingertips into the floor. Inhale, reach the right arm up. And then exhale, twist, hooking the back of your right hand under your left knee. Turning your gaze over your left shoulder. Creating that cactus arm if you would like to deepen your twist. Driving your elbow behind you. Breathe nice and deep into the belly and the chest. Exhale to slowly untwist. Bring your legs out in front of you, nice and long. Just take a moment to pause here. Maybe wriggle through your spine a little bit. Or your neck, whatever you feel like you need right now. Then bend your knees as much as you need to for this next one if you know you're tight through the back of the hamstrings. We're going to flex our toes towards us. Inhale, reach your arms up nice and tall. And then exhale, shift forwards from the hips, reaching just as far as you can grab onto. Doesn't matter where, anywhere on the shins, ankles, or toes. Hold on to this position or this point on your legs. Pull your spine back so we're nice and tall. Shoulders back into their sockets. And then exhale to fold just a little deeper if you can, keeping those shoulders back. And then tuck your chin in, eyes down or closed. Reflect on the class today. Notice any differences in your body, your mind, or your breath. If you find any other thoughts coming into your mind, just think of them as passing cars, acknowledging that they're there and then letting them move on. Tune into the breath. On your next inhale, slowly slide back up out of that. Take a moment to pause just in a seated position, and then we're going to move down into Shavasana, lying on your back. Grab a pillow, a blanket, whatever will make you nice and comfy. We'll be here for a few minutes. You can bring your hands to your belly or out by your side. You can let your legs stay out nice and long, or you can bend them if you have a bit of a sensitive lower back. Wherever you're at, just start to tune into where your body makes contact with the ground. Inhale to do a quick scan of the body. Notice any tension you might be holding on to. And then exhale to release. Inhale, deep breath. Excuse me. Always going back to the breath patterns and where your breath is traveling in the body when you find your mind might be wandering. Start to deepen your breath. Feeling your belly expand and retract. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe hug your knees into your chest or reach your arms over your head. Whenever you're ready, just roll off to your side and just rest here in this sideline position for a moment. And then slowly push your way up into a comfortable seated position. Going back to that breath work we started with. One hand on the belly, one hand on the chest. Take a deep breath in and out before you start. And then inhale first into your diaphragm. And then continue to inhale into the chest. Exhale, beginning from the diaphragm. And then emptying the lungs in the chest. Inhale to belly and chest. Exhale, belly and chest. Continue breathing nice and deep in this little flow. Noticing how much more open you are to this breath work than in the beginning. How calm and peaceful it helps you feel. Once you've got your flow, you can let your hands just fall to your lap, keeping the eyes closed and the focus on that breath. Start to deepen your breath. We're going to take 3 deep audible breaths, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. So inhale and exhale first. And then big inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Making it nice and loud. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Just return to your natural breath. Bringing your palms to your heart center. Just take a moment to honor yourself for making the time for this practice today, for showing up. And thank you for joining me. Namaste.